This is Psalm 64 and 8. It says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shatir from the Chicago camp coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. Once again, this is Psalm 64 and 8. It says, "So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." Now I want to get the blue letter for the word fall, and it's kashal. Let me see how they
Strong's H3782. Kashal.
That's really kashal, but nonetheless, it means to stumble, stagger, totter, to cause to stumble, bring injury or ruin, to overthrow, to make feeble, make weak, to be mad, to stumble, bereave. The Strong's definition, kashal, it says weakness of the legs, especially the ankle. It says by implication to falter, stumble, faint, or fall. Bereave, cast down, be decayed, fail, cause to or make to fall, feeble, be ruined or ruined, be overthrown, cause to stumble, or utterly be weak. So we go back to that Psalm 64 and 8 and put that definition in there. It says, "So they shall make their own tongue to bring the ruin or overthrow or the decay upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." And this precept was inspired by the BAFTA award-winning speech of Joaquin Phoenix. Now, I personally believe this guy's Jake, but this sit down is not going to be about that, and it's neither here nor there. But it's interesting because from the world's perspective, when you watch this, it's going to be perceived as Edomite male putting his own people on blast for their wickedness and blatant discrimination in the acting community. And when Joaquin gives his speech, you can hear a mice pee on cotton. That place is so quiet, and those people were so uncomfortable. You can tell that they just wanted to get up and leave, but they couldn't. So I'm going to play this segment for you. It's real short. I fast forwarded directly to when he's about to speak, but it was a powerful, powerful speech. So we're going to let this video play, get some precepts, and close it on out.
I feel very honored and privileged to be here tonight. Baptists have always been very supportive of my career, and I'm deeply appreciative. But I have to say that I also feel conflicted because so many of my fellow actors that are deserving don't have that same privilege. I think that we send a very clear message to people of color that you're not welcome here. I think that's the message that we're sending to people that have contributed so much to our medium and our industry and in ways that we benefit from. I don't think anybody wants a handout or preferential treatment, although that's what we give ourselves every year. I think that people just want to be acknowledged and appreciated and respected for their work. This is not a self-righteous condemnation because I'm ashamed to say that I'm part of the problem. I have not done everything in my power to ensure that the sets I work on are inclusive, but I think that it's more than just having sets that are multicultural. I think that we have to really do the hard work to truly understand systemic racism. I think that it is the obligation of the people that have created and perpetuate and benefit from a system of oppression to be the ones that dismantle it. So that's on us. Thank you.
Beautifully spoken. Beautifully spoken. All right. That man touched on the perpetual hatred that bad Uncle Esau had towards us, okay, in the form of draconian law. I mean, he calls it systemic racism. I mean, that's, a technical term for it, but it's really draconian law. And as you can see, there was a few people in there that was kind of uncomfortable when he was saying that thing. But the fact of the matter is that it's true. It doesn't matter what aspect of life that Israelites set their mind to do. Bad Uncle Esau has made sure that we would always get the short end of the deal. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be from your regular working 9-to-5 job. It can be the movie industry. It could be to having a business. It could be to getting paperwork to go traveling, marriage, child support. It doesn't matter what it is. Bad Uncle Esau has found a way to make sure that you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans always will get the short end of the deal. And that goes to his perpetual hatred as we go as the scripture says. Because these folks know what they're doing. It's just that they don't want to do anything about it. This is Ezekiel 35:5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end. All right. Bad Uncle Esau has had this hatred towards us ever since the progenitor of the Edomite nation, who is Esau Edom, the twin brother of our forefather Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. All right, that hatred has always been there, and it comes in the form primarily of draconian law, or what Joaquin Phoenix calls systematic racism. It's sometimes referred to as white supremacy. All right, but we call it Edomite supremacy, draconian law. It's all the same thing. All right. And because of that, there's always going to be some catch. There's always going to be some type of cause or back end deal that will give the Israelites the short end. As it says in Isaiah 10:1, it says, I can almost quote it word for word. It says, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees. Isaiah 10:1, woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment. Okay, what did he say in his speech? He said, we're in an industry. I have counterparts that basically they do a damn good job and they don't get recognized for it. And we purposely do that. We purposely benefit off of them, even though we give them the shaft. That's this. He said all they want, all that they want, or people in general want, is just to be appreciated, to be respected, to have a fair chance to be like, hey, if I was really not the better man, I can accept that. If all things are fair and just, if I'm not the better man, then that's okay. But Jacqueline is pleading the exact opposite. Like, they're not getting the fair shake. They're not getting the fair chance. And I'm sure if he had time, he would go through the many reasons why you Jakes aren't getting a fair shake. And it says, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. All right. This has been going on in Hollywood for years. And we talk about it, and we talk about it all the time, but maybe it's one of those things where our people don't put it together, but it just comes out in the complaint. How is it that, you know, it takes a Jake to be a bad guy to win an Oscar? Or why is he always playing a slave or a pimp or a hustler? God forbid he be something inspiring, like a doctor or a man that helped the village get rebuilt after it was burnt down, or found a cure to something and helped an entire state. All right. They don't want to do things like this. It's always some grimy, low level, underhanded nigga. All right. God forbid he's put in a role that's actually inspirational. You know, they don't do that in Hollywood. And that right there lets you know that there is an agenda in place to keep you Israelites down. And if you do get in that industry, you are put in a place that does not promote, uplift, or encourage the mind and the spirits of your own people. So, hey man, that was a beautiful, beautiful speech that Mr. Phoenix gave. I wanted to stand up and clap when I first saw it. But hey, it just goes to show that where we're in a time in history where bad Uncle Esau, he's getting exposed on every single level, and he can't hide anymore because now it's just to the point where everybody sees it. So, hey, as things continue to crumble, stuff like this and the woes and the concern of the people are just going to come out more and more, whether it's on mainstream or alternative media, to expose this guy. So once again, I hope you all were edified, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well, and salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. With that, we're going to say shalom.